I always thought that this was a combination of two songs called Happy Holidays and the Holiday Season, but I'm really dumb. Turns out those are the same song. It was written by Irving Berlin in 1942. He's the same composer as White Christmas, and this actually became popular from the 1942 movie Holiday Inn that featured Bing Crosby. You can hear three soloists, Zach Adams on trombone, Cole Krunich on trumpet, and Cooper Greenlease on tenor sax. It's the holiday season. One, two, three. So our next tune is actually a gospel tune. So basically, you go back to the 19th century. This stems from the spirituals that were sung, and then those kind of became hymns. Those turned into other religious songs that incorporated call and response, a lot of foot clapping, hand stomping. Eventually, it built into a rhythm section, and finally into a jazz band. You're going to hear a lot of distinct sections in here, but it kind of leads off with a trumpet solo by Matt Bugaiski, and you'll also hear Cooper Greenlease on the tenor sax. Once again, this is Go Tell It on the Mountain. thank you. Our next tune takes us back to 1857, Jingle Bells. That's when that tune was originally written, but we're going to fast forward 100 years to the future to the 1950s. This is a boogie woogie, which has a lot of the 1950s rock influence, a little bit of a Spanish tinge in the middle, kind of a salsa, and a little bit of reminiscent of Jelly Roll Morton, and he played keyboard in the early swing era. You're going to hear a lot of mutes in this one, and a lot of Cooper Greenleafs one more time on the tenor sax. This is Jingle Bell Boogie. Okay, our next tune is a moderate swing tune that most people recognize. Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. It's written by Connor Jewel Stein and was arranged by Mike Lewis. But when this was written, it was the summer of 1945. I like the story of this one because I always thought that I don't really know the lyrics to it, but I realized when I went through it that there's nothing about any sort of holiday. This was actually written in the summertime. It was during a heat wave, and they just wanted to do something, wanted to write lyrics to just help them cool off. And that's how they got Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. And again, surprise to everyone here, I'm sure you're going to hear Cooper Greenleaf's on tenor sax. tracks there right at the very end. And the ending that you just heard, the little Rudolph quote, is a great transition to our last tune before we move into the PAC for percussion ensemble and the 3 concert bands. So we're going to do Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Words. Apparently this was a little story. It was actually a booklet. It was published by Montgomery Ward, M. Ward, in 1939. It was written by Robert Louis May, and his brother-in-law, Johnny Marks, he wrote a song to go with it. It's the one that everybody knows. It was made famous by Gene Autry, which was actually released 10 years later in 1949. It sold 25 million copies and was the second best-selling Christmas song until about the 1980s. So this arrangement, it kind of suggests a manic Rudolph. He's going a little bit crazy, bounces crazily back and forth between a bunch of different styles. You're going to hear some rock, some swing, some salsa, and a tender ballad-like intro, which will feature Trent Beeman on trumpet. And you'll also hear Adam Quinn at some point throughout here and Kevin Oatman on the Barry sax. This is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.